everybody, and welcome to Slowpoke Racing and to the Ultimate Racing League. Sorry for the slight delay there. I'm just checking to see whether we are actually broadcasting. I can't tell. I'm trying to look at my phone. I have asked if people can check for me, but never mind. We're just going to crack on with it and hope for the best. So I hope you can all see and hear. Put me off a little bit. Right, okay, yes. Ultimate Racing League, Sunday Championship. This is round 5, so we are at the halfway point. And we have come over to America, to New York, little town of Dix, Watkins Glen. And we're at the Watkins Glen International Circuit. 11 turns, 3.4 miles ahead of us. Now, this is an endurance race. As you can see in the top left, it is 28 laps, so we've got a fair few miles ahead of us. Just before I get started, I do want to give a shout out to our sponsors. That's W.GG, the energy drink for gamers, and also Eldridge Air Conditioning. Thank you to those guys for the help they give us to bring you these races. Also, a big thank you to Enzo Jack for sharing the race. I didn't take part in this race. I'm in a different league, but thank you to Enzo for sharing it, so that we can bring it to you tonight. Also, I'm just going to quickly run down the league table. Because we are halfway, like I say, we're at round 5. And I'm going to run down the table now. So I'm just going to do the top 5 and the bottom 5. The bottom 5 is a bit of a mix-up, but I'll explain that when we get there. So the top 5, at the minute, we've got Scott, currently sitting on pole, actually. He's topping the table on 153 points. Wayne G just behind him on 133 points. Frowny on 113. Wayne G saying hi. Hi mate, you alright? I've just mentioned you. Second in the table. Frowny is third in the table on 113. Harry Poppins, he's fourth on 96. And Enzo Jack is fifth on 88. So that's your top 5. Only 40 points separating the top 3, so like I say, still a long way to go. At the bottom, though, well, it's a bit of a mix-up, really. In 12th, we've got Jabba on 28 points, but he's missed 2 races. 13th is Idle Gaming. He's on 26 points, but he's missed 3 races due to an injury. He fell off his tricycle or something. 14th is Declan on 25 points. He's missed 2 races and got disqualified from Red Bull. I'm not quite sure what that was all about, but in effect, Declan's missed 3. In 15th, we've got Seabroad on no points, and 16th is Benzo, also on no points, because neither of them have taken part in any of the races so far. So not quite sure what's happened to those. So that's the points at the minute. So like I say, bit of a mix-up at the bottom there through missed races and complete absences, but I'm sure it'll come good as the rounds go on. Now then, we're going to get into this race because, as I say, it's 28 laps, so we've got a fair old run in front of us. So I'm quickly going to go down the grid. We'll get these guys racing, then we can have a chat about other things as we go along. So, as I've already mentioned, Scott has got himself on pole. This is after 10 minutes of qualifying, so on pole is Scott. Harry Poppins is second, Bazza is third, Frowny is fourth, Pete is 5th on the grid, Enzo Jack is in 6th, Declan 7th, Aussie Rooster is 8th, Kebabmans is 9th, Vodka Rob is 10th, Firepower 11th, and Jabba is 12th. So 12 on the grid, so a good turnout really, considering 2 of them don't take part. So only 2 missing. So let's get the right camera and we'll get this race underway. Now, as far as tyres go, it is all 3 compounds have to be used. That's the mediums, the softs and the hards, unless there is any wet stuff. But like I say, we are in New York, in America, in the summer, and I very much doubt we're going to get anything that falls from the sky that resembles wetness. So it is going to be a dry race. It is a dawn start, which is why it's a little bit dark, a little bit murky. You can see some of the crowds still coming in. It is an early start for them, but it is a long old race. So tyres, yeah, all 3 compounds have to be used for a minimum of 3 laps. Now, it is going to be tactical. There are going to be pit stops, bit of fuel saving maybe. we shall see. So Scott still leading then as they enter the chicane for the first time. Everybody just streaming through, trying to get some heat into those tyres. Oh, was that? I thought Bazza had lost it then. Harry Poppins in third, putting Bazza under a lot of pressure. Pete and Frowney, they're also going at it early doors. Then we've got Declan sitting there in sixth. He wants a piece of this action as well very early on. These guys all elbows out trying to get their track position sorted. Frowney in sixth, Enzo Jack in seventh, then we've got Kebab Man's, Aussie Rooster, Firepower in 10th, Vodka Rob 11th and Jabba in 12th. So not much change really at the minute. Scott just trying to get away. He's on the hard tyres actually, Scott. So he'll do well to stay in front. Bazza on the medium, so he's on the better compound tyres for the minute. So everybody would have done a little bit of practicing, and they'll have their race tactics sorted out, I'm sure, as the two teammates, Declan and Harry Poppins, go side by side. But Harry Poppins has allowed Declan through. Let's just have a look. Declan on the softs, Harry Poppins on the hard. So yeah, the right thing to do really there, as Harry Poppins goes side by side with Pete. Pete on the softs as well, so it won't be surprising to see Pete make a move. There we go, he pulls to the inside as they approach turn one. It looks like Pete's going to get this done. He has got the softer compound tyres, so yeah, fully expected. Harry Poppins just slotting in behind him in fifth, getting a bit of a free toe now as they come through turns 2 and 3 and then on to 4, and then they go on to this straight then. So a little bit about the track. As I say, 11 turns, 3.4 miles. Now there are actually more than 11 turns because we've got the chicane in the middle, which these guys are just approaching now. But for some reason, the track maps I've looked at don't count them. They're just called the inner loop and the outer loop, which is what the guys are going around now. Then we go down the chute towards turn 6, this left-hander, which also takes us down the hill. There we go through the chute, down the hill then towards turn 7, which is the toe, a tight right hand hairpin, and then we start on up the hill, and this is where the penalty zone is as well. It's a bit of an awkward place actually, because you have to serve a penalty and then you're going uphill and you've got to try and get your momentum back. So up through the boot into turn 8, which is called the heel. Bit of a theme going on here, isn't there? Then it is into turn 9, a left-hander. We're just following Harry Poppins through it. Then we go into another left-hander at turn 10, and then you're almost immediately into a right-hander, which is turn 11, the final turn, before ending up on the start-finish straight again. So that's Harry Poppins in 5th, Frowney in 6th, Enzo Jack in 7th. So everybody sort of lining up behind everybody else now. Kebab Man's there in 8th. Fantastic livery on that car. Love to know who did. Oh, it was me, wasn't it? Aussie Rooster in 9th with Firepower in 10th. He's having a bit of a battle there with Jabba. Jabba though has picked up a half a second penalty. Jabba on the hard tyres. Still battling hard though. It's not going to give that place up, is he? So he's pushing Firepower all the way through turns 2, 3 and then 4. Onto the straight they go. Now Jabba will be in the slipstream. It's just whether he fancies it into the chicane. You can just about get too wide into that chicane, but it is a bit of a squeeze, and Jabba did the right thing there and just backed out with a half a second penalty. There is no point really in putting yourself at risk to get any more. Vodka Rob in 12th, so he must have had a bit of a moment, because Jabba was in 12th and I think Vodka Rob was either 10th or 11th, but anyway, he's down in 12th now. So everybody's still quite bunched up really, which is good to see. Oh, we've had a change of the lead, and Declan, let's just see if we can go back and see where that happened. Oh, a long way back, wasn't it? But oh, it was on the straight towards the chicane, and Declan on the soft tyres just gets ahead of Scott as they go into the chicane. So a great move from Declan. Scott is on the hard tyres though, so I think we said at the beginning it was quite inevitable that he was going to get overtaken, but I'm sure he's not worrying. He has got a strategy that he will stick to. Bazza on the medium tyres. I thought Bazza would have got by a little bit. Oh, Apex saying hi, Mark. Dropped in, say hello mate, hope you're okay. Hope you're enjoying the racing. So Bazza, yeah, I thought Bazza might have got past Scott a little bit earlier actually, or on lap 3. He's on the medium tyres and Scott is on the hard, but maybe just shows how good Scott is on those hard tyres. Now it is a minimum of 3 laps, so it'll be interesting to see when Scott comes in, as we just see Pete going by Bazza there, so a good move from Pete to get himself up into third. I'm not going to say he's on the podium yet because we are only on lap 3. Oh, as Pete and Bazza both went very wide and had a bit of a touch with Barrier then. No real dramas though, they are still facing the right way and racing, but you do not want to be doing that too often. Now you definitely do not want to be doing it at turn 11. And I'll tell you why. It's because I did it. I came out of turn 11, went a bit too wide, just touched the barrier on the left, and it just completely threw the car across the track and into the pit lane. So I actually pit manoeuvred myself, which was a pretty stupid thing to do. I was sitting 4th at the time as well, ended up 9th. So you do not want to be doing that. Bazza in 4th now then. Let's have a look, see who we can go on board with. Let's go on board with Frowny, shall we? Frowny is in a bit of a sandwich with Kebabman's. Just having a look on the left. Is Kebabman's going to back out? Yeah, like I say, it is a tight chicane this is, and the sensible thing to do is back out, as Kebabman's did. And he is right on the, I nearly said to him there, he's right on the back end of Frowny already. You can just see Aussie Rooster trying to put a challenge in. Now then, Frowny, has he gone a bit too deep? I thought he went a bit too deep there, but no, managed to get round. Kebabman's is all over him again, isn't he? Look, where has he gone? Just slotting in behind him as they come around the toe at turn 7. This is where they start on up the hill. They're trying to get the power down and control the back end, although these McLarens are quite, I wouldn't say easy to handle, but they are comfortable as Kebabman goes up the inside, and he's going to get that job done, isn't he? So Kebabman's moves up into 7, just ahead of Frowny. Frowny on the hard tyres though, so he's got the mediums and the softs to come. Aussie Rooster now, he's having a bit of a look as well, isn't he? So Aussie Rooster fancies it. He's going to try and push himself up into P8. Aussie Rooster on soft tyres now then. He really should have been trying to get through the grid a little bit quicker than that on the soft tyres. You can see the wear on them. They're about 40%, 45%, especially the left-hand side. This being a clockwise track. Then you are. Scott is in. Hi Scott, how are you? So yeah, the tyres, especially the softs, are taking quite a beating, and you're probably looking around about 7 laps, maybe 8 or 9 if you're really careful. But yeah, the softs are not good things. Firepower in 10th, he's on the softs as well, and you can see he's got pretty much the same wear on his, so he'll start to feel that now, and he's going to start losing a little bit of grip. So that's Firepower down in 10th. Jabber in 11th. He's on the hard with Vodka Rob down in 12th. Well, he's getting a little bit further away, isn't he? So has Vodka Rob had another moment? We're not sure. Fantastic livery. I do love that livery though, and I do believe that Vodka Rob did it himself as well. So brilliant stuff there from Vodka Rob. The car looks fantastic. So out at the front then, Declan, having the race of his life so far, out in front. Peter just behind him in second, but both Declan and Peter on the soft tyres, and they're not looking great, to say the least. So I'm expecting a pit stop from both of them within the next lap or two. We shall see. Scott still sitting in 3rd on the hard tyres. Like I say, he's not going to be too bothered about the 2 guys in front of him, because he knows they're going to have to pit well before he does, so he can just carry on for another good few laps. So he will be retaking that lead as soon as the 2 guys in front of him decide to pit. Bazza on the mediums in 4th. He can go a little bit further than Declan and Peter, but I don't think he's going to be able to match Scott. So Scott at the minute seems to be having the better strategy. He's on the hard tyres and he's sitting 3rd. Bazza in 4th. Harry Poppins, he's on the hard tyres as well. So he's in 5th. He'll soon be moving up as when the guys in front start to stop. So strategy is everything in this. You may be 5th, 6th, 7th at the minute, but as soon as the pit stops start kicking in, then it's all change. But apart from the two at the back, everybody's still quite close to each other. We usually get massive gaps appearing on these endurance races, but at the minute, alright, there's gaps, but they're not enormous gaps. You can see Kebabman's in 7th. He's just trying to fend off Frowny. Frowny giving him a lot of attention, isn't he? In fact, let's have a look at the back of Frowny's car, because there is a challenge with Frowny. Each race he has to put a different decal on the back of his car. And what we got on now? We have got oh, may the force be with you. Looks like Yoda, is it? So there we go. That's the decal of the day. Is it decal or decal? And then the usual sticker on the front, caution Scotty was here. That relates to a incident that took part, I think, in race 1 actually, in which Frowny gave Scotty a bit of a love tap. But private joke between the two of them, so we won't dwell on that one. Now then, just as we're following some of these guys around, I do want to say we do have actually we have actually 6 leagues running on a Sunday, and if you want to see what's going on in the other leagues, if you're not already, then if you head over to URL_Paul_E_72, you can watch what's happening in the League of Champions, and that's Paul that covers that one. Ultimate Racing League 7370, or just look for the Ultimate Racing League actually, and that's Firepower. He covers League 3. Thingamajig's Racing Channel, he covers League 5. We've got Ruthless Rufus, and he's covering League 1. And we've got a new commentator actually to URL, and we're glad to have him, and that's Frowny. He's out there, we're watching him now, and that's Frowny226, and he's actually just picked up the commentating for League 4. So head over to the rest of those guys, get yourself subscribed onto their channels, and you can watch all of the Sunday Championship races throughout the week. Now we do have other stuff going on as well, as we're just following some of these guys, and let's just see what's happening. Aussie Rooster in 8th, Firepower has moved up now into 9th, Jabba 10th, and Vodka Rob 11th. Now I think we've lost one, haven't we? Who have we lost? Declan, Scott, Bazar, Harry's in there, Enzo, Jackie's in there, Kebabman's is in there, Brownie, I'm not sure who it is we've lost actually. I'm not sure. No, it'll come to me in a minute. I should have wrote it all down really, shouldn't I? But no, we are 1 down already. So, and there we go. Our race leader, or current race leader, Declan, is into the pit. So change of boots for him and a bit of fuel. So that's Declan out. Now then, it was Pete, wasn't it? Because he was in 2nd. So I'm not quite sure what happened to Pete. So while I was rabbiting on about the other YouTube and the other comms guys, Pete has had a bit of an issue, and he's had to retire from the race. So unfortunate for Pete. Scott, though, as we predicted on the hard tyres, has retaken the lead. Bazza has now moved up into 2nd with Harry Poppins in 3rd. Now Bazza is on the medium tyres, and they are now starting to look worn. He will start to feel them a little bit. Scott, on the other hand, on the hard tyres, I think it's going to be more of a fuel issue for him and for Harry Poppins as well, who are running both on the hard tyres. Now the gaps are starting to appear. So these 3 starting to pull away from the rest of the pack. Kebabman's in 4th, having a good race so far. He's on the hard tyres as well. Come under a lot of attention though from Enzo Jack. In fact, let's jump on board. Oh, well, we just jumped on board at the right time there, didn't we? Now, I'm not sure if it was Kebabman slamming his brakes on too much, or Enzo Jack just didn't hit the brakes at all, but it was very nearly a bit of a pile-up, and you can see that Frowny has managed to get on the inside of Enzo Jack as they come up through turn 8 at the heel. Oh, and it looks like Aussie Rooster has took full advantage as well, so that slight mistake from Enzo Jack has cost him 3 places. And I'm sure he will be, well, saying a few choice words as he nearly rear ends Aussie Rooster there as well. quick look behind, and firepower, well, he's quite happy to just sit there at the minute, his firepower, and watch what's going on up ahead, hoping these guys make a mistake. Now that is an awkward situation there. You could see Aussie Rooster wanting to go into the pits. He's having to watch the pit line, otherwise you get a 3-second penalty. But at the same time, Enzo Jack wanted to turn that corner, and you would normally cut it, which means cutting across the pit lane entry point. Enzo Jack couldn't do that because Aussie Rooster was there, so it is a bit of an awkward spot actually to have the pit lane entry. But Enzo Jack in 6th, with firepower now moved up into 7th because of the pits. Aussie Rooster, he's just on his way out now. Scott still out in front with Bazza and Harry Poppins following him, and as I said earlier on, I think it's going to be more fuel that brings these guys into the pit lane rather than tyres. Bazza, I don't know, I think he may just be able to stretch those mediums to last the same length of time as the fuel. Kebabman's, well, he's burning through his fuel, isn't he? And you can see the fuel light flashing. He is on the hard tyre. He's got plenty of tyre left. It is fuel though for Kebabman, so he has not been sparing the horses. And currently sitting in 4th, but he will have to pit now. He might just about squeeze one more lap if he's careful. I've got a feeling though he may well come in this lap. Brownie, let's have a look at him. He's got 1/4 of a tank of fuel, so he's fine. He won't know the situation. Oh, as Kebabman's, I'm just saying he won't know. But Kebabman, let's just have a look at this. Frowny won't know the situation with Kebabman's fuel, but as we come around turn 9, and Kebabman's gets that all sorts of wrong. Double kiss with barrier, and then he's sort of got to park up and wait for a gap so that he can rejoin safely. Well, I can imagine what he's saying under the visor of that helmet. Now then, is he going to stay on the right hand side as he goes through turn 11? Is he going to stay on the right hand side? Yes, he is, and into the pits he goes. So we've got a few in the pits now. Firepower's in there, Jabba is in there, Kebabman's is in, Declan in 10th. He's already made a stop, remember, he started on the softs, he's now out on the mediums. He's going to gain a few places now, so Declan up to 7th because of the guys in the pits. Let's just go up and see what's happening up at the pointy end, and it is Scott starting to open up a gap now back to Bazza. Bazza probably starting to feel the tyre wear. He's losing a bit of grip in 2nd, just holding on to P2 at the minute, with Harry Poppins now chasing him down. And as I said, it is going to be fuel with these guys. They are all just about the same fuel wise. Now Bazza, the tyre wear is worse, obviously. He's on the mediums, he's still got the hards to come. Scott and Harry Poppins getting the hards out of the way nice and early, so let's just see what happens with Scott. Is he going to come into the pits, or is he going to stretch it out for another lap or two? I think he's probably got at least one more lap in the tank. Tyres are going to be okay, and I think Scott may just stay out just to extend that lead. You can see how much he cut that corner then. This is what I was referring to earlier. The problem that we had with Aussie Rooster, and I think it was, I can't remember if it was Enzo Jack or Frowny. They tried to cut the corner but couldn't because Aussie was there. So Harry Poppins has stayed out. Bazza has come in, going to get those medium tyres changed and a full tank of fuel. So Scott and Harry Poppins both staying out to try and extend that lead they have over the rest of the pack. Frowny in 3rd now. Ooh, pushing the track limits at turn 1, but holding on to it. So Frowny now moves up into 3rd, although he is going to have to pit pretty soon. Tyres okay, it's fuel again as we said at the beginning. Enzo Jack in 4th, but with half a second penalty, and well, he's going to have to be careful with his fuel, isn't he? Now we can't see what he's doing fuel wise, but I'm guessing he must have put the fuel map up, because he's practically running on fumes. He's got to sip it. Come on, McLaren, just sip it. Don't guzzle it down. It is going to be tight for Enzo Jack. Let's just hope he doesn't run out of fuel. Remember, he has got that penalty to serve. Now, I mentioned this at the very beginning. The penalty zone is in a real awkward spot. As we come around turn 7 now at the toe, you start on up the hill and into the penalty zone, and you're still going uphill. So you've got to try and get that momentum back. And Enzo Jack having to plant his foot on the noisy pedal to get that McLaren moving, and you can see the fuel is almost gone, so he must be on fuel map 6. And yeah, that McLaren, he's begging it, just sip it please, just sniff it, don't even drink it, just sniff at it. He is going to nurse it around these final couple of turns to creep back to the pit lane. And Scott and Harry Poppins, current leaders. Scott is in, Harry Poppins is in, Enzo Jack has made it to the pits. Well done to Enzo Jack, he made it in. Frowney is in, so the top 3 in, the top 4 are in. Where is Declan? Declan just coming around turn 10, heading for turn 11 now. Remember, Declan was leading this race. He had to come in to change those tyres very early on. He is going across the start finish line to start lap 12 now. Then around turn 1, let's have a look. The guys are still in the pits, they should be on their way out now, but Declan now takes over the lead of this race once again. Scott is out in P2 on the chase. He is now on a fresh set of medium tyres. Harry Poppins also out just ahead of Bazza. Great pit work, teamwork from the pit crew there to get Harry Poppins out. Oh no, Bazza has managed to take him, or has he? Harry Poppins is fighting back now. Bazza on the hard tyres, although they should be up to temperature now. And Harry Poppins on the mediums. As they get into the chicane, we will go on board to have a look at a driver's eye view of that chicane in a minute. But Bazza and Harry Poppins battling it out now for P3. Bazza on the hard tyres, Harry Poppins on a fresh set of mediums. Just got to get them up to temperature. It's probably going to take him a lap to do so, but he is fighting there with Bazza. He's trying to go all the way around the outside. He's now going to be on the inside as they go down the hill to the hairpin at turn 7, and Harry Poppins regains that position. Back on the power again as they climb the hill up through the boot towards turn 8, and it is Harry Poppins just ahead of Bazza. Now then, Bazza can't get close enough to have a look at the inside of Harry Poppins, and Harry Poppins is too wise for all of that. He's not going to leave big enough gaps for Bazza to slip through. And both of these guys very quick, very good drivers, so overtaking each other, well, it's going to be difficult. And I've just realised Wayne G is missing. Wayne G, he was in the chat earlier, but he's not racing today. Now then, Wayne G currently sitting second in the league table. He is 20 points behind Scott, and Scott is actually having a great race. He's currently sitting in second. Let's have a look. Where's Scott? Scott, yes, currently sitting in second, so he could stretch his lead even further away from Wayne G. The only thing that's going to stop that is well, a disqualification, but I don't know what he's got to do for that. I can't see that happening, so Scott will definitely stretch away from Wayne G in the league table. So yeah, sorry, Wayne G is not with us. He was in the chat, like I said earlier, but missing the race. So let's have a rundown, see what's happening then. So Harry Poppins in third, Bazza is fourth, Aussie Rooster is fifth, so he's moved up a few places. Out on the medium tyres, Frowney rejoined in sixth after his pit stop. Jabba is now up into seventh. He's on the soft tyres, although they are starting to look a bit worn. Remember, the soft tyres really only last about 6 or 7 laps. It depends whether you can look after them or not. I know I can't. Some of the guys are fantastic at looking after tyres, but I'm a bit useless at that. Enzo Jack in ninth. He's on the mediums. Kebab Man's out on the mediums in 10th, with Vodka Rob in 11th at the minute. So Vodka Rob really not enjoying this race at all. Hopefully he can catch up to the rest of the pack. He's not that far behind Kebab Man's. So come on, Vodka Rob, let's get up to the rest of the pack, and let's get you working your way through that grid. Now, the fastest man out there is not out there. It was Pete. Oh no, Scott has just taken it. I was going to say Pete was the fastest man, but he's had to retire. So Scott, now on the medium tyres, has taken the fastest lap and has got a 1:47.3. What was Declan? Declan, his last lap was a 49.2. So Scott really is bearing down on him. Declan, he did pit a lot earlier. Remember, he started on the soft, so he did come into the pits a lot earlier than Scott. Scott stayed out on the hards, and he's now right up the rear end of Declan. In fact, we'll jump on board with Scott. I said we were going to do it through the chicane. We will get to look at the chicane as we approach the halfway line. We are at 14 laps now, and you can see Scott getting closer to Declan with every turn. Nice and smooth through those turns for Scott, and this is how you do it for anybody watching. Just keep it nice and smooth, feathering that accelerator, and then onto the power when the car's straight, and he is tucked right up underneath the jacksie of Declan. Into turn 8 they go, and Scott quite happy really just to sit there, put the pressure on Declan, let him make the mistakes. If Scott can get into the slipstream, it may even save him a little bit of fuel. Long way to go yet, another 14 laps, so there is no rush to overtake Declan. Now also Scott would have been told by his race engineers that Declan has used his soft tyres, so as Declan said, I did that and ended up in the pit lane. As Declan scrapes the wall, now then Scott, is he going to go for it? He's having a look around the outside, but I think it's more of a Declan defending. Is he going to get the cutback? I think Scott's going to get the cutback. Yeah, I think Declan went too wide, made a mistake, so Declan unfortunately made that mistake at turn 1. Now I'm just having a look to see whether he's going to get a penalty. How wide did he go? I think he's got away with it as they go through turn 4 and head towards the chicane. Now I'm going to stay on board with Scott because I keep threatening to show you what it looks like from a driver's eye view into this chicane, so we'll stay with Scott. And made it look easy, didn't he? No trouble at all. What chicane? Declan's still hard on his tail though, so let's get out, leave these two alone then. So Scott out in front now, Declan just sitting behind him in second, although I think Declan's going to have to pit in the next couple of laps as well because the medium tyres are starting to look very worn. That early stop for Declan didn't help him. Declan's teammate Harry Poppins still sitting in third. He's got a decent set of mediums on, only just made his stop a couple of 3 laps ago. So Harry Poppins at the minute looking very comfortable in third. Bazza in fourth and now on the hard tyres, cruising along under no pressure whatsoever. Aussie Rooster, his teammate, in fifth. He is coming under the attention from Frowny. Frowny trying to put the pressure on him. He wants that P5, doesn't he? Frowny on the mediums, Aussie on the mediums, but they are slightly older, so he'll start to lose a bit of grip before Frowny does. Frowny really putting the pressure on now, getting right underneath that rear spoiler of Aussie Rooster. You could just see there Frowny managed to take a tighter line through turn 9 as they go through turn 9. Where are we? 10. There we go. We're at turn 10, then 11, and then on to the start finish straight. Frowny getting into the slipstream now then. Aussie Rooster, just a bit of a wiggle going on there. I think it was more to try and break the slipstream. I think didn't work. You've got to move over a lot further than that. A little wiggle doesn't break the slipstream. You see Frowny took right underneath now, isn't he? Really pushing Aussie Rooster along. Now no bump drafting allowed, so if Frowny gets too close he's going to have to make the move. Whether he wants to or not, he's either going to have to make the move or he's just going to have to ease off on the throttle as they head towards that chicane, and that's exactly what Frowny does. Just backs out of it. It's great to see we've had no real heroics. Oh, as Frowny picks up a 1 second penalty. That is cruel as he goes through that chicane, but I was just saying it's great to see we've had no heroics trying to go through that chicane. Everybody is behaving themselves. Jabba, wow, look at those tyres. Well, the question is what tyres? The front left is practically not there anymore. and the rear's not looking that great, so Jabba is definitely going to have to come into the pits. We used to have a rule, and I think it's still there, that you cannot do more than one lap on full red tyres. The game did a big update, didn't it, about 6 months ago, which supposed to have stopped that anyway. So if you go full red, then you lose all grip. I'm not sure if that's still the case, but URL had a rule that yeah, if the tyre goes full red, then you have to pit at the end of the lap you're on. Talking of pitting, Declan is in again. So Declan coming in again now. His tyres were suffering a little bit, weren't they? So Declan making his second stop with 12 laps to go. Now Jabba is not coming in. Now I really thought Jabba would have come in. So he must be suffering, unless he's just that good a driver. He can drive on bold tyres. But Jabba moves up to 6th. Enzo Jack is in 7th. He is all over the back of him. Jabba on very, very worn softs. Enzo Jack on some pretty decent mediums. So Enzo Jack really should be able to get by Jabba, unless he just wants to sit there. Firepower in 8th. Keeping it nice and steady is Firepower. He's on the hard tyres at the minute, so he's doing his hard tyre stint. He can just see the two guys up ahead, hoping that they'll have a bit of a coming together. But at the minute, doing a good job sitting in 8th. Oh, and Firepower picks up a 1 second penalty as well for cutting that chicane too much. Kebabman's in 9th. What's he's on the mediums. They're about 40-45% worn as well. Vodka Rob in 10th, with Declan now down in 11th after that pit stop, and he is out on the hard tyres. So Declan now has used all of his tyres now. He can pit again. There's no rule against that, but obviously it will cost you the 30-40 seconds or whatever it is that a pit lane stop takes. But poor old Declan was leading, wasn't he, twice in this race. Now down in 11th, so maybe the strategy not quite right for him. We shall see. Don't forget, all the guys ahead of him have got a pit as well. It's just how quick Declan can be on those hard tyres. Oh, as he gets that one very close to the barrier. Back up to the sharp end, and Scott really has opened up a lead now. He really is making those medium tyres work. Got the fastest lap of 147.3, and he got that at lap 13, and every lap after that has been a 147, so very consistent from Scott. Harry Poppins in second, well, exactly the same, 147s for Harry Poppins, so good racing from these two. It's just Harry Poppins cannot get closer to Scott, but another pit stop for both of them, and they're going to go on to the softs as well. So they both had the same strategy, which is going to be interesting towards the end of the race. Bazza currently sitting in 3rd on the hard tyres. He's trying to get them out of the way. Now we are on lap 18, so 10 to go. Now, if I can, very quickly, for anybody watching that doesn't take part in all of the races, or you want to know what's going on in the Ultimate Racing League, we have events on GT7 that take place on Saturday evenings, Sunday evenings we have GT7, Tuesdays we have GT7, Wednesdays we have a GT7 races, Friday is ACC. In between seasons we have a Saturday endurance races that are currently taking place. So there is plenty to do. Now, the days we don't actually race, you will always find quite a few of the guys out there practicing, so there are always lobbies to join. So if you are not a member of the Ultimate Racing League and you fancy getting involved, you like what you see, then have a look at the website, URL ultimateracingleague.com, and I think that's right, yes it is, of course it is, or check us out on Facebook at the Ultimate Racing League. There is a form you fill in. It's nothing too technical. It's just name, address and bank details. No, I'm only joking. It's just your name and what races you would like to take part in. get that filled in, and we can hopefully get you on track. So yeah, check us out, Ultimate Racing League on Facebook, or URL ultimateracingligue.com, and yeah, come and join us. We would love to have you. So we're just going to go down the grid now, and Frowny sitting in 4th. Decent race from Frowny so far. Aussie Rooster in 5th. Enzo Jack in 6th. Then we've got Kebab Man's in 7th. Vodka Rob in 8th. No real battles yet. Vodka Rob, though, he's now starting to move through the grid, which is what we wanted to see. So come on, Rob. Remember, he was down in 11th or 12th when the race started, I think, at one point, and he's now made his way up into 8th. So this is what we wanted to see. We did say we want Vodka Rob to start working his way through the pack, and that's exactly what he's doing, as he's trying to put the pressure on Kebab Man's. Now Vodka Rob on the mediums, also Kebab Man's, but Kebab Man's is very heavy with his right foot, and he is burning through the fuel. He doesn't spare the horses, does he, Kebab Man's? And he is pushing it. Thingamajig he's joined us, and he's saying, come on Rob. Yes, we're all saying, come on Rob. We're trying to get Rob through the grid. He's in 8th, started down in 11th or 12th, so in 8th at the minute. Kebab Man's is going to have to pit because of the fuel situation. Oh, and Rob is in. Sorry, I'm nodded off, how dare you. But you're here now. Never mind, you are here now. We are just watching your battle with Kebab Man's. Kebab Man's, well, he's going to have to start fuel saving, isn't he? As Vodka Rob goes through. So up to 6 goes Rob. On the medium tyres, fuel, I don't know what, another couple of laps maybe, I'm not sure. Kebab Man's, he's going to have to pit at the end of this lap. Declan, he's made his way up into 8, already stopped twice. So he's on the hard tyres, and I've got a feeling that Declan may well have to stop again unless he does some big time fuel saving. But Declan now coming up to the back of Kebab Man's as well. So Kebab Man's, I would suggest, is fuel saving. He's probably got his fuel map on 6, and he's trying to get to the end of this lap. And as you can see, Declan just breezes by. So Declan not sparing the horses at the minute. Aussie Rooster in 9th, so he's just made his final stop. He's out now on the hard tyres. Jabber in 10th on the mediums, and then Firepower in 11th, and Firepower picked up another penalty. He had a 1 second penalty earlier, and he's just picked up another one as well. Taking it easy through the chicane this time, doesn't want to pick up any more penalties. But Firepower now down in 11th. Now we lost Pete, we started with 12th, but Pete had to retire for well, we don't know why really. We've not heard from the pit lane. Hope it's nothing too serious. So back up to our current race leader is Scott. Excuse me, I've got the hiccups now. So Scott out in front by quite a margin actually on the medium tyres. He's got one more pit stop to make, I think. As you can see, Bazza has come into the pits as well. Harry Poppins also one more stop to make. As we're on lap 21, so 7 laps including this one to go. I think they've got the softs to go, so Scott and Harry Poppins have both got the soft tyres to put on. They should be able to make them last for 6 or 7 laps, so we'll probably see these guys coming in. Andrew in. Hi Andrew, how are you? Aussie Rooster joining us. So yeah, Scott, I think, well, he can probably afford to come in now, same as Harry Poppins. Frowny, I can't remember actually what Frowny's on. I should have wrote all this down, didn't I? I've got bits of paper everywhere. There's only a couple I can remember. So Frowny in 3rd currently. Now I think sorry, I got put off then by the chat. Great comms, thank you. Yeah, and to great racing, Aussie. This is what I'm loving to watch. I was expecting everybody to be so spread out it got all boring, but it's not. There is some decent racing going on. Enzo Jack in 4th. He's on the mediums. Declan, remember, he's already pitted now 3 times for Declan on the hard tyres, so plenty of tyres to get him to the end of the race. It's more the fuel for Declan. If he looks after it, he should be able to make it. Harry Poppins is in the pit. So Scott decided to stay out. He fancies he can get one more lap out of that fuel tank. Harry Poppins says no, he's trying the undercut, so in he goes. Oh, Didn't think they were doing anything to him then, but they are. They're just filling it up with fuel. He's just enough to get him to the end of the race, so he's worked that out. And Bloomfield saying, hey, let's go Vodka Rob. Everybody cheering for Vodka Rob at the minute. So Harry Poppins is out now. Where's he going to join? Just avoid that pit lane line on the left, otherwise you get 3 seconds. So Harry Poppins out on soft tyres for the final stint. So he should be able to make those softs last for 6 laps. Scott has yet to come in. He'll be in at the end of this lap. Frowney, likewise, he will be coming in as well. Enzo Jack, well, all 3 of them are coming in. Now then, Harry Poppins, has he played a blinder here? He's trying the undercut. He has just got to get a decent outlap, hasn't he? He's really got to get the power down. No fuel saving for Harry Poppins. He's just got to go for it, because the 3 guys in front of him are all going to pit, I would imagine, at the end of this lap. Scott certainly is going to have to pit. We're just going to follow him in. Yeah, there we go. So Scott diving into the pits. He will be putting soft tyres on. So I'm expecting that fastest lap to come down as well. He's on a 1:47.3 at the minute. So the mechanics get to work, get them tyres changed. Scott sitting in that cockpit saying, come on boys, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Frowney, Enzo Jack, Frowney a little further back. I'm more interested in where is Harry Poppins. And in the chat, Vodka Robson has had his usual couple of mistakes early on. Yeah, didn't we? All them hards are a nightmare, mate. So Scott still sitting in the pits then. Where is Harry Poppins? He's just too far away, I think. He's just too far away. He's at turn 10, around turn 11 now, as we see Frowney and Enzo Jack both into the pit. Scott is out. Harry Poppins goes across the start-finish line down towards turn 1, and we can see that Scott is already out and up through turns 2 and 3. So Scott comes back out in the lead on the soft tyres. And they are going to be 1 lap less worn than Harry Poppins, but Harry Poppins still in second and chasing. I'm not sure he's going to be able to close that gap. Declan has now moved up into third. I'm just hoping that the fuel lasts for Declan. Pitted very early. He started on the softs, pitted very early, and well, he's now up to third, so fingers crossed that Declan can keep hold of that. That'll be a great result for the 2 teammates, getting second and third. So yeah, fingers crossed that Declan can stay there. Bazza, he's out on in fourth. He's on the soft tyres now. Frowney, fresh set of soft tyres. He's really going for it, isn't he? Enzo Jack in 6th. Aussie Rooster in 7th. Vodka Rob saying, go on Scott, buzzing. Jabba in 8th. Vodka Rob, where is he? There he is, he's in 9th. He's slipped down a place. He's on the soft tyres though, and he's trying to get himself through this grid. How far away is he from Jabba? Well, he's not that far actually. They've just come around turn 5. They're going down the chute towards turn 6 as where's Jabba? Jabba is just coming around turn 7 now, so Vodka Rob not that far away. Jabba on the medium tyres, and they are showing a little sign of wear. So let's have a look. Jabba, his last lap was a 1:49.3. Vodka Rob a 1:48.4, so almost a second quicker for Vodka Rob, so there is still time for him to catch up with Jabba and gain a place. Firepower in 10th. He's made a place up on Kebabman's. And where is Kebabman's? There he is, just behind him. He's not that far. And Vodka Rob said he just got past Firepower after the stop. Oh yeah, you came out in front of Firepower, yeah. And Kebabman's down in 11th, but Kebabman's is now trying to put the pressure onto Firepower. Firepower on the mediums, Kebabman's on the soft tyres, so there's still a little bit of life left in those softs. So Kebabman's, if he needs to make them work, he is having a bit of a look on the inside at turn 1, but he's not going to get it done there, is he? He's just going to have to follow Firepower through the next couple of turns and then hope to make the move before they get to the chicane. Out out in front though, Scott. Well, he's got this race pretty much sewn up. It's his to lose. Half a tank of fuel and soft tyres looking good. He's on lap 24, or just coming to the end of lap 24, so he's looking good for the win. Harry Poppins in second. He is pushing it, but I don't think he's going to get close enough to Scott to improve that P2. Declan still sitting in third on the hard tyres, so he's doing a good job, is Declan. He's just got to hold on for the next, what, 4 laps. Where's Bazza? Well, Bazza is not that far. There he is. You can just see Declan go through at the front of the picture there, and Bazza in the background coming through in fourth. Now Frowney is on the chase. Frowney on the soft tyres. So Frowney senses that P4. He's getting closer, isn't he? Ooh, avoid that wall. Enzo Jack in 6. He's on the soft tyres as well. Now we can't see it, but I'm just wondering how many of these guys out there are fuel saving and which ones are not. I would imagine that Frowney is not. He's his last was a 146, Bazza's was a 147, so Frowney really is not sparing the horses. And we can just about see Declan up ahead as well, so maybe Frowney senses a podium finish. Just avoid the penalties. Not really biased towards Frowney, although he is in Team AlphaTauri. Oh, that's not good. Whoa. That's got to be lag. It's got to be. I thought he completely blew it then, but no, that's got to be lag. So Frowney's still going. Just up ahead though, Bazza putting the pressure on Declan. Declan on the hard tyres. They are showing signs of wear as well. Bazza on the softs, although they're starting to wear out, but Bazza is going to make the move. He's going all the way around the outside and gets it done, so Bazza moves up into P3, Declan into P4, with Frowney bearing down on the pair of them as they come around turn 8 at the heel, then up towards turn 9. Frowney putting the pressure on. Frowney's got himself in front of Declan as well, so Frowney now, well, it looks like he's sliding side to side, but that is definitely lag. He is in fourth, and Frowney senses a podium finish here. He has got, oh, I can't watch too long at that. So anyway, Declan in fifth, Frowney in fourth, jumping all over the place, but he is trying to put Bazza under pressure. Bazza sitting in third on soft tyres that are looking very sorry for themselves, and they will be complaining to that driver. Harry Poppins in second, with Scott in first, way out in front, and doesn't look like being caught. Let's just see what's happening elsewhere. Frowney still in fourth, cannot get by Bazza as they go through turn 4 onto the straight, then towards the chicane. Is Frowney going to get the move done? Picking up a bit of grass, but I'm not sure if that's lag. Now side by side into the chicane. Is one of them going to give it up or not? Oh, bit of a slide, and they're both off. Oh my God, what is happening now? Let's just go back a little bit. In fact, we'll go on board with Bazza, because the lag is just jumping us all over the place. But Bazza, he's being chased by Frowney. Now we are up to going up towards the chicane. You can just see Frowney now coming around the outside, and as they go into the chicane, a bit of a slide going on there from Frowney, takes them both out. Oh dear me, I cannot believe it. And I bet there are a few choice words being spoken at the minute. Now then, where is Frowney? Frowney is still going. So Frowney's still going. Or kind of. I'm not sure what's happening now then. I wonder if he knew anything about that, because that lag is so bad. He may not have even noticed. I don't know. I really don't know, but poor old Bazza, gone from third to sixth. Enzo Jack is the one that benefited from all of that on lap 26 and moves up into P3, with Declan chasing him down in P4. And these two, that's where the battle is going to lie for the podium, because poor old Bazza and Frowney. Now Frowney has slowed right down and given the place back to Bazza, so he's done the right thing. But old Seamus is evening, how are you? Thank you for joining us, I hope you're well. So, well, you've just missed all the action, unfortunately, as Bazza and Frowner had a right coming together, and as I say, with the lag, I'm not sure Frowny knew much about it, but he has given the place back to Bazza. So Bazza was in third, now down in fifth, Frowny just behind him. Enzo Jack benefited from all of that and moved up into third, with Declan in fourth. I think it looks like Declan is just slipping back, so he's going to have to start fuel saving now. He has got the fuel light on. We are on lap 27 of 28, so 2 including this one to go. Aussie Rooster, where is he? There he is in 7th. Now that we can just see Jabba in the background trying to catch him up, but Aussie Rooster on the hard tyres, Jabba on the mediums, so there is a chance for Jabba to catch up. And go Team Risley, yeah, too right. Harry Poppins and Declan are up there. So Jabba sitting in 8th then. Vodka Rob has made his way up into 9th. Is he going to get close enough to Jabba? I thought he was catching him up at one point, but I think he's going to have to ease off because those tyres are hurting now. He's on the softs, he's got to stretch them for another 2 laps, including this one. Kebab Man's in 10th. He's in the same situation with the tyres. I'm not even sure he's going to get another lap out of them. And then Firepower down in 11th. So he must have had an off or a bit of an issue somewhere that we missed. And poor old Firepower down in 11th, trying to play catch up. Out in front though, starting on his final lap is Scott. Fantastic racing really from Scott. Started on the hard tyres, then went to mediums, and he's going to finish on the softs. Got his fuel spot on. You can see the fuel light flashing now, but there's plenty in there to get him to the end of the race. So well done to Scott. Great racing. Likewise with Harry Poppins. Pretty much the same tactics or strategy or whatever you want to call it. But another great race from Harry Poppins to get himself up there on the podium. Oh, Firepower said he had to fuel save, yeah, and you know what, I bet most of them had to fuel save as well towards the end of this race. Enzo Jack in 3rd. He's having to do a bit of fuel saving as well. Frowny in 4th. Oh, he's okay for fuel. Oh, he's still jumping around a bit. I'm not quite sure what's going on with him. Bazza in 5th. Declan in and Declan's got a 1 second penalty now. Then I'm going to have to go up and see what's happening up at the top. Where is Scott? Scott just coming around the final turn. Excuse me. A flash of the lights. He's happy with that, and so he should be as well. Across the line then for Scott. Fantastic win, well deserved. And look at the gap back to Harry Poppins, and Harry Poppins didn't really do anything wrong. Another great race from him as well. So some decent points being picked up now then. As I said earlier, Wayne G not in this race. So Scott and Harry Poppins both picking up decent points. Vodka Rob in the chat saying congrats Scott. Yeah, well done to Scott. Enzo Jack then, long way back from Scott and Harry Poppins, but he is coming around the final turn now, turn 11. He will be facing the checkered flag, and be glad to see it. Great racing from Enzo Jack to come in 3rd. He'll be pleased with that. Flash of the lights to say so. Brownie slithers his way across the line in 4th. Some major lag issues upset his racing today. Bazza's going to get 5th. Declan across the line in 6th. Just about. He looks like he's run out of fuel actually, Declan. Scott saying thanks. Aussie Rooster across the line in 7th. Vodka Rob in 8th. Well done, Vodka Rob. 9th is going to be Kebab Man's. 10th is Jabba, and Kebab Man's needs to be careful with that sliding because it can cause a yellow flag. Naughty, naughty. And Firepower across the line in 11th. Wow, what a race, what a finish. Well done to Scott, well done to Harry Poppins. Great racing. I was going to see if we can see the final standings, but we can't, so apologies for that. Now then, next week it is back to sprint racing. Let me just tell you, where are we? We are at Lago Maggiore on the GP circuit. 2 races there for you next week. Oh, and Vodka Rob saying Jabba ran out of fuel as well. Yeah, I think, you know what? I think a couple of them actually ran out of fuel, but they might not admit it. Scott said top way March. No, thank you for the racing, Scott. It's a pleasure doing these for you guys in League 2. It's fantastic racing, it really is. Now then, next week, as I've said, we are Lego Maggiore on the GP track. Love that track. We have 2 races for you there. One in the morning, one in the evening. So join me next week for those. In the meantime, it is goodbye from New York, and it's goodbye from me. Thank you very much for watching.